Okay, let's just jump right into it. If you're building anything with large language models, you already know the magic is real. But what about the bill? And what happens when your incredible app suddenly hits a wall under pressure? Today, we are tackling two of the most critical make or break topics in LLM ops, mastering your costs and navigating those tricky API rate limits. This quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? We all get obsessed with chasing better accuracy. But in the real world, success stands on two other legs. Can you actually afford to run it? And can you count on it to work every time? That's the huge gap between a cool demo and a production-ready AI that people can depend on.
And believe me, ignoring this stuff has some pretty severe consequences. Your app could fail the moment it gets popular. The irony, right? You could get throttled by the provider, blow through your entire budget in a single night, and all of this leads to one thing: unhappy users. These aren't just hypotheticals. These are the common ways projects fail when they don't take LLM ops seriously.
So, to make sure none of that happens to you, here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with why the stakes are so high. Then, we'll break down the fundamental unit of cost, tokens. After that, we'll learn how to tame API rate limits, get a practical playbook for cutting costs, see how to monitor everything, and finally, wrap it all up to build AI that's truly designed to survive in the wild.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the high stakes of LLMs. This is where we really establish why this isn't some optional, nice-to-have thing. No, this is a core pillar of being ready for production.
So let's move on to Section 2 and talk about money. To do that, we have to understand tokens, the AI currency. Literally every cost calculation, every budget, every rate limit, it all comes back to this one single concept.
So, what in the world is a token? The simplest way to think about it is as a piece of a word. The model doesn't really see full words or sentences, it sees the stream of tokens. And here's the crucial part. You pay for everything. You pay for the tokens you send in your prompt, and you pay for the tokens the model gives you back in its response. Every single one has a price tag.
Now, while tokens is kind of the universal language, the actual billing models are all over the map. Some providers charge per token, some have tiered quotas, others charge you by the hour for using their GPUs, and if you host it yourself, you're paying for the raw hardware. The key takeaway here is that no matter how you slice it, compute is not free. You have to be ready to manage costs across this really diverse landscape. Okay, we've got a handle on cost. Let's tackle the other beast, Section 3, taming API rate limits. I want you to think of these as the traffic laws for using an LLM's API. You have to follow the rules of the road or you're going to get pulled over. And there are a few different kinds of traffic laws you're going to run into. Providers might limit your requests per minute, or RPM. Or, more commonly these days, they'll limit your tokens per minute, TPM, which, you guessed it, ties directly back to our discussion on cost. You'll also see things like daily limits or even limits on how many requests you can make at the exact same time. You got to be aware of all of them. And what happens if you break these rules? Well, you get this dreaded message: the rate limit error. This is the thing that stops your application dead in its tracks. It's the provider basically saying, whoa, slow down there. And it's exactly what we need to build our systems to handle gracefully. So how do we handle this? Well, the answer is not by just calling the API directly from your code. A truly resilient system uses layers of defense. User requests come in, they hit a gateway or a rate limiter first. Then they go to a client library that has smart logic for things like retrying, backing off, and queuing. This kind of architecture doesn't just hope for the best. It anticipates failure and has a plan. And inside that architecture, you're going to implement these key strategies. Exponential backoff just means if a request fails, you wait a little bit before trying again, and you wait longer each time it fails. A circuit breaker is smart enough to stop sending requests entirely if it detects the API is having problems. And of course, queuing and batching help you manage the flow of traffic smoothly. These are the tools of a professional LLM developer. Okay, we've built our defenses against failure. Now, let's go on the offense and save some money. Welcome to Section 4, your cost-cutting playbook. We're going to cover proactive strategies you can start using right away. Honestly, the easiest win is almost always prompt reduction. Just look at the difference here. The bad prompt is long, it's wordy, it's full of expensive tokens we don't need. The good prompt is direct, it's concise, and it gets a very similar result for a fraction of the cost. When it comes to cost, less is absolutely more. Next up, and this one is a huge one, caching. The logic is so simple. Before you spend money to call the API, just ask one question. Have I seen this exact same prompt before? If the answer is yes, you just return the saved answer from your cache. No API call needed. This is an absolute game changer for things like FAQ systems or support bots where you get the same questions over and over again. Now, it's really important to remember that there's no single silver bullet here. A truly robust cost-saving plan is a mix of different strategies. You're using smaller models when you can, you're reducing your prompts, you're caching results, setting budgets. It's about using every tool you have in the toolbox.
And that brings us to a really crucial rule of thumb. Don't use a sledgehammer to crack a nut. The biggest, most powerful models are, no surprise, also the most expensive. So, you build a router. If a user asks a simple question, send it to a small, fast, cheap model. Save your big, expensive model for when you truly need it for complex, multi-step reasoning.
Okay, we've got all these awesome strategies, but how do we know if they're actually working? Well, that brings us to Section 5, monitoring your AI spend. Because it's a simple truth, you cannot optimize what you don't measure. For every single API call you make, you need to be logging the data that's going to fuel your optimizations. How many tokens did this cost? Which model did we use? How slow was it? Who made the request? Did it fail? Answering these questions with data gives you the power to actually improve things. And once you have that data, you can build powerful dashboards and start to see exactly where your money is going. I mean, look at this example. You might see immediately that your reasoning tasks are costing way, way more than simple classification. That is an immediate, actionable insight. Now you know exactly where to focus your optimization efforts. This is what data-driven development looks like. All right, for our final section, let's zoom all the way out. Section 6, building AI that survives. This is about understanding that your strategy for cost and reliability isn't a one-and-done thing. It has to evolve as your project grows up. This timeline shows a pretty typical journey, right? When you're building a proof of concept, you just want to move fast. But as you start to scale, you have to add in rate limiting and caching. Then, at the enterprise level, you're building those sophisticated routers we talked about. And at full maturity, you've got real-time dashboards guiding every single decision. It's a classic crawl, walk, run approach. Which brings us to our final, and maybe most important point. This quote just sums it all up perfectly. An AI application that's too expensive will eventually get shut down, period. And an AI application that's unreliable and fails when people are counting on it will never, ever gain their trust. Survival and trust are two sides of the same coin, and they are both forged with a solid LLMOps foundation. So the question I want to leave you with is this. Now that you have the playbook for managing costs and rate limits, is the AI you're building truly engineered to survive and be trusted out there in the real world? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.